welcome back. I hope you're well rested and recovered after UFC Freedom 250 because we're back at the Apex for some more slop. But this time, the slop is Manel Kape versus Kyoji Horiguchi. But we're not starting there. We're starting with the prelims. So we've got Shane Collins versus Otari Tanzilovi. Otari Tanzilovi. I lean towards Tanzilovi over Shane Collins. Georgian fighter, making his way into the UFC, 10-1, decent talent pool out in Georgia. I reckon we could see a little TKO over Shane Collins. I do believe Shane Collins is the favourite going into this one. Slight favourite is Shane Collins. Yeah, I think I'm happy with taking Tanzilovi as the underdog here. Both guys, I'll take a quick look at the records. Didn't make it in on Contender Series, but bounced back outside in Fury, and now he's getting his UFC debut nonetheless. Shane Collins actually pretty good outside of the UFC, getting some work done, as you can see by the record, especially in his last two fights, some good finishes right there. But a well-rounded fighter in all. I just think I think Tanzilovi is going to get it done. Just different conditions. The US versus Georgia. So it's just a little bit different. The talent pool's just a little bit different. So yeah, we're going to go with the underdog, the slight underdog, with Tanzilovi. Next up, we've got Carol Rosa versus Luana Santos. Who cares? I'm going to go with Luana Santos by decision, moving on very quickly so we don't get bored. Leon Shabazian versus Levan Chokeli. Tough one, to be honest with you. We'll take a little closer look here. I lean towards the Georgian again, Chokeli, but then again, Tapology agrees with me. Yeah, I do lean towards Chokeli. Again, just a better talent pool. Just a better talent pool outside of the US a lot of the time. Came from Bellator too. That's probably doesn't bode well for him. Maybe I should change my answer. But no, we're gonna go with Chokeli. With Chokeli. Sounds Italian. Over Shabazian. I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll say TKO just for the fun of it. Why not? Next up, we've got Michael Aswell Jr. versus Gaston Bolaños. Dogs barking. The dogs are barking. Yeah, both guys looking to bounce back. Tough one to call, really. I lean towards Aswell, just because of the record. He is due to bounce back, and he is the favourite, to be fair, according to Tapology, and I am thinking a decision victory for Michael Aswell. So yeah, we're going to go with Michael Aswell by decision. I feel that's a pretty safe pick right there. Yeah, Bolaños, I just think is a bit unproven. Honestly, a little bit unproven. I mean, not a terrible fighter. We'll give him his due. Not a terrible fighter. But, bit of a spotty record inside of the UFC. So because of that, we're going to go with Michael Aswell just because he's due a rebound, as is the tail of his career. Next up, we've got Mitch Raposo versus Alan Nascimento. Another tough one. Mitch Raposo is pretty decent and well-rounded, as is Nascimento, but I'm leaning towards Nascimento by submission. I think his grappling will give him the edge. I think so anyway. I think it'll just put him slightly ahead of Mitch Raposo. Yeah, I don't think Mitch is going to have enough weapons and enough diversity in his style to deal with Nascimento mixing her up and going to the grappling. And yeah, I think I'll give him the advantage. I think once he makes it clear he's going to go for a takedown and try and make this a ground fight, if you will, a grounded fight, if you will. Then yeah, I think Mitch Raposo is going to start second guessing, and then we'll see Nascimento pulling ahead on the feet as well. I could see this going to a decision, to be honest with you, but I think I'm going to go with a Nascimento submission. I think he can get it done. But Mitch Raposo is pretty good, so might just go to a decision. But I do think Nascimento wins in either of those scenarios. On to the next one. We've got Bia Mesquita versus Melissa Mullins. You already know we're biased on this channel Okay, we're biased on this channel, and we're going with Melissa Mullins. It doesn't really matter what you say. That's what's happening. Doesn't really matter, that we picked her. So look, she lost those ones, but she won all these other ones for us, and that's what really matters. And now she's being sent out there to dismantle this newcomer, who is a huge favorite. Who is a huge favorite in this fight, by the way. But no, Melissa Mullins is going to clutch it. Melissa Mullins by decision. Simple as that. On to the next one. We've got Andre Lima versus Kevin Borjas. Tough one, just because both guys are on a oh, never mind. What am I talking about? Womp womp. You're done for, brother. So Kevin Borjas is being fed. Okay, so next up we've got Andre Lima versus Kevin Borjas. Kevin Borjas has been on a bit of a shocking one in his most recent fights, his last 5 fights. Lost to Joshua Van, not too bad. Decision as well, not too bad. Got knocked out, not the best. Bounces back with a win over, with a decision win over Ronaldo Rodriguez, who isn't that good. Let's be honest. Loses to Sumadeji, not a terrible loss. And then loses to Emmanuel Rodriguez. So not doing well at the minute is the Peruvian, but that's fine for us because we're not going with him. We're going with Andre Lima. I think it might even go to a decision, to be honest with you. I'm seeing a decision for Andre Lima in this fight. Yeah, I'm going to say Andre Lima by a decision over Kevin Borjas. Kevin Borjas is just kind of... I wouldn't be surprised if he gets cut from the sport after this one. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets cut from the UFC after this one. Next up, we've got Vinicius Oliveira versus Andre Tucci Fili. Yeah, I don't think Andre Fili's going to get it done. He's another one that loses one, wins one, loses one, wins one. I don't think he's going to get it done. I do think Vinicius Oliveira is going to have a little bounce back here. Wins over really decent opponents. I mean, just a quick look, decent little set of opponents in his last 5 fights. Loses to Mario Batista. No shame in that. One of the top guys in the division, to be honest with you. So yeah, I do think Andre Fili might be biting off more than he can chew here. And I do think he's going to get finished by Vinicius Oliveira. Method of victory? TKO? What are we thinking on a TKO? What does Tapology say? I mean, yeah. It's slightly in favour of the submission, but I'm picking the TKO. I think ground and pound TKO for Vinicius Oliveira over Andre Fili. On to the next one. We've got Melsik Bagdas. Well, that's a fucking mouthful. Bagdasarian. Hope that's how you say it. Melsik Bagdasarian versus another mouthful. Murtazali Magomedov. We're leaning towards the Magomedov. He's got the V's in the name. He's got the V's. That's just how it works. Decent wins, I guess, outside of the sport. Gets to the contenders, gets a win on there, and now is debuting. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent fight. It's a winnable fight. It's a very winnable fight for him. So yeah. And he's fought in a year and 3 months since he got chinned by Gene Silva. What a shame. Yeah, he's probably going to get absolutely submitted. I think he's going to get submitted by Mutazali Magomedov. What a mouthful. What a tongue twister of a name. But yeah, I'm going to go with Mutazali Magomedov by submission over Melsik Bagdasarian. Mouthfuls, man. Next up, we've got Christian Rodriguez versus Haider Emil. I like Christian Rodriguez, though. I like Christian Rodriguez, and I think Haider Emil is better. But it don't matter, because C-Rod's a bit of a weight bully, Bit of a weight bully. He's got the youth advantage here. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go with C-Rods. We're sticking with C-Rods. I think it's probably gonna go to a decision. I do think he's gonna go to a decision with Haider Emil. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Christian Rodriguez for this one. Yeah, bit of a weird justification, but C-Rod's pretty good. Bit of a weight bully, Haider Emil actually can probably stand up to him. But I just think he guts down, he knuckles down, and he does what he needs to do to win/survive, I guess, if it comes down to that. But yeah, I'm gonna be sticking with Christian Rodriguez for this one. I think it's probably gonna go to a decision. I'm confident in a Christian Rodriguez decision over Haider Emil, just beating him up in the latter the latter half of the second and third rounds. Co-main events already. We're flying through this one. Absolutely flying through it. Should I talk more about Harder Emil and Christian Rodriguez? No, probably not. We'll just get right on to Ion Cutelaba versus Navajo Sterling. I'm going with Navajo Sterling. I feel like Ion Cutelaba's in his 30s, like late 30s. Or am I just crazy? He's not even late 30s, early 30s, 32. They're not even that far apart in age. Why do I just feel like he's old? Why do I feel like he's ancient? He's got a lot of fights, to be fair. He's got a lot of fights, a lot of experience. It's a good win over Ebo. Ebo's a monster with power. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's definitely a chance for him. You know, it's a tough one. It is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Navajo Sterling. I'm gonna go with Navajo Sterling. I think he's probably gonna get it done. Cutelabra's tough. I think he could go to a decision. To be honest with you, I think he could go to a decision fairly easily. Cutelabra's good on the ground. He's tough in the stand up. Navajo Sterling's good as well. He's a bit like an don't want to speak too out of turn, but a bit of a Sean O'Malley type, you know. How just happened there? The page moved without me touching it. Bit of a Sean O'Malley type, you know. Picks away at you, pop, finds a nice shot, takes it, you know. Then he just wears you down, and then he starts trying to finish you. That's how Sterling fights. Do I think he's going to break down Cutelaba? Maybe not, but I do think he's going to outpoint him. I think his wrestling defense is good enough to probably stay on the feet against Cutelaba, and I could see him beating him up standing for the majority of the fight just because of that. But yeah, so I'm leaning towards a Navajo Sterling decision. If we're being honest, this is just off the gut. This whole video is just from the gut right now, just a gut feeling. I've had a busy week, but you don't care about that. You're here to hear about predictions. So I'm going to go with Navajo Sterling by a decision. Navajo Sterling by decision over Cutelaba. I could see it being close. I could see it being a split decision. I really could. I could see Cutelaba trying to mix things up and trying to keep himself in the fight and doing all right at it, doing well at it. But yeah, I think Navajo Sterling is just going to be too much for Cutelaba to deal with. In general. So yeah, we're going to go with Navajo Sterling by decision. Could even be a split decision. And finally, we're on the main event. It's main event time. We've got Manel Kape versus Kyoji Horiguchi. This is a rematch. They have fought before. They have fought before. Yeah, I mean, on a tear, on an absolute tear, is Horiguchi. Manel Kape got that one little loss to Muhammad Mokaev right there, but Muhammad Mokaev got cut from the UFC after that. So you know, we just won't look at that one because he's not there anymore. And you know what? He's been on a bit of a knockout spree recently, hasn't he? He's been on a bit of a knockout spree. I'm going with Manel Kape to come in with some gyno. Maybe he's on steroids, you know, allegedly. He's got a titty. He comes in with a titty sometime. So get ready to see Manel Kape with a titty, dropping the F-bomb. That's what he does. He just drops the F-bomb. The gay one. Not fuck, but the other one. And you've got, you know, Kyoji Horiguchi, who's entertaining as fuck. You know, good grappling, tough as nails, decent striking. I just don't think. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. I don't think Horiguchi's gonna be able to do it. I mean, Tapology agrees with me as well. So I've really gone a lot with Tapology here. Do I have an underdog pick? I've got an underdog pick in. Oh yeah, Tanzalevi, whatever the fuck his name is. That guy, that Georgian guy to start the night, he's an underdog pick. And Melissa Mullins is my other underdog. But yeah, probably terrible underdog picks to be fair, but oh well. I'm biased and that's how it is. But yeah, I think Manel Kape probably chins Horiguchi. They've met before, they've fought before. Yeah, I'm going with Manel Kape. I'm going with Manel Kape. I think he's going to knock him out. I think Manel Kape's going to carry on this knockout spree. He's going to at least get a finish. But yeah, I think he's going to carry on this knockout spree. And I think he's going to chin Horiguchi everywhere. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that pick. So yeah, Manel Kape by TKO over Kyoji Horiguchi. But that concludes this prediction video. So, you know, if you stuck around all the way until the end, subscribe for more. I don't know, leave me a like. Comment down below, you know, who you're picking. But until next time, keep your chin down and keep swinging. Peace and love. I'll see you around.